We learned very important, like about like who kept our the keeper of lost things, I believe was the term, like who each of ours were. Um, we learned where Endolin's lair was. We learned where Scarbatha Nightshade's lair was, and we learned where Bavlorna Whitestraw's shit was, and their various connections to the Hourglass Coven. They all had weaknesses that seem very relevant to getting our shit back without combat. We went to the feasting orchard with Twix, and Twix and I divulged in a fairy cake eating contest, and we tied at 14, and before we puked custard everywhere. We met this. We met. Oh, I don't remember what she was. Eliwick. Our friends call her Tumblestrom. I think I have her on Wikipedia. She was the one who. Oh, she's a gnome playing a lute on a swing from a pear tree. She's from far away, and she's the one who bought us tickets. But she was very whimsical and mysterious. Did some dragonflies, did some conga lines. Went to the crowning of the monarch where Twix won. We had a raucous celebration, which we used as an opportunity to snipe Mr. Light's voice while on the parade. We asked.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Sorry to interject. Did you say Diana Cloppington made a bad deal with the hags
Yeah.
from the Feywild? Okay.
Yeah. There are a lot of notes showing you were not lying. We asked what the
about
pact
free the dormant queen. Does that ring a bell to anybody?
Yeah, that's what
I must have skimmed over it.
Witch, I believe, said before going.
Oh, I think I just got to.
Said before when we all went into the portal to Prismere, or
Yeah, I hadn't gotten there yet.
And to remember the rule of the three.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a bit later.
Yeah, we held audience with them. Learned about Prisma being the patron domain of the carnival gets its power from. Zabelina is the ruler of Prisma and the pact holder with the carnival. We went through the Hall of Illusions. Everything you seek is behind this mirror, we were told. Hither, tither, here and there, wonder, yonder, show me where. And opens a portal. Mind the rule of three, future, present, and past. Find the alicorn and free the dormant queen at last. We appeared in like a blue misty swamp area of the forest known as Hither. I flew up so I could get a bit of a survey. We saw a balloon spinning frantically with a basket attached to it, and I hurtled out of sight a mile away toward the slanty tower. Twix and I flew down from the bridge to see what was going on at ground level. The swampland was difficult terrain. We got to ground level. We saw a giant crane take flight. Mangroves grew out of the mud. And we saw 6 bipedal rabbits singing, "We are brigands like our leader." They tell us this is a robbery. Brigand is an outlaw.
Wobbly.
Wobber, that's correct.
They were
Agden Longscarf was the leader, I believe. And then I told them to fuck off right quick, and they did. The water level then increased to 5 feet as we trekked through the swamp. We found a boat. Twix and I obviously flew a little bit to help. We found the balloon suspended 30 feet above the swamp, and Twix and I inspected the basket. Sir Tavalar, one of the Summer Queen's servants, was chased by Blightstraw. He asked us to save him, and he will give us his sword and answer questions. The corpse of Wigglewand, his pilot, was in the basket. Sir Tavalar was a violet fairy dragon, and they were on their way to a hill where a goblin named Jingle Jangle has the key to let him out. We learned that Bavwarna lives in a bullywag settlement cottage. I think Downfall, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
We regroup with the boys and discuss a game plan. Sir Tavalar tells us the Summer Queen Tatiana, who reigns over the Sealy Court, tells us of her. We head to Talmy Hill to meet Jingle Jangle. We find a wooden raft. Twix and I use don't remember this. Twix and I used the tug from behind method to get a branch off a mangrove tree to use to steer the raft. We heard rustling in a bush nearby with 6 humanoid figures on stilts, fucking making their way through the swamp. So we learned that this is like really a recurring thing. One of them saw us and fucked off. They had a bag full of colorful eggs, and that was where we dropped it, I believe.
I believe so. So does anyone else got anything else that they wish to add at all?
So Tither is obviously where Blightstraw is it Blightstraw? Yeah. Did we have to kill the hag to get what we've lost back? You
You
guys, I
needed
can't
to
remember.
defeat them, quote unquote. So maybe that's
Can't
ambiguous
remember
on
what
purpose.
yeah.
Probably.
I just can't remember if we learned what we had to do in order to get back what we lost.
We've been given clues as to their weaknesses, but nothing direct.
I think when we get there, we're gonna find. Like, I feel like we're gonna be able to find our things to an extent. I don't know. We'll see.
But
I remember using the word defeat though, like in the descriptions.
Yes, yeah, that was the terminology, I believe. Defeated. Cool. So we shall carry on as you intrepid adventurers carry on making your way through the Feywild, through the boggy swamps. You have your raft that you found, so you're no longer bogged down by the slow, difficult, boggy terrain that makes up the majority of Hither. You have just reached Telemony Hill. You've kind of skirted through some mist, which has then opened up into seeing this large hilltop. As you do see the hilltop, and you sort of on your raft, you notice that the waters of the swamp begin to drain, and within a minute or two, it's back down to that sticky, horrible bog, and your raft is now sat on top of the mud. However, Telemi Hill is right there for you to view and take in, and you're greeted by the scent of this sweet-smelling fruit that wafts down from the hill. You see damp, downy, silvery green moss blankets, a gentle upward slope, before giving way to a craggy ridge that marks the top of the hill. Dozens of enormous willow trees dot the hillside, swaying as though in a breeze despite the absence of one.
What are these things that look like
Shoes.
essentially?
Yeah, I was thinking the
Shoes.
same thing.
They are, yeah, they're kind of like shoes to me. They're not something that you see. The bog of the mud of the bog basically leads up to sort of almost a game trail that leads onto this green mossy hillside.
Okay, so where are we exactly? Are we where Expalia's token is? Or are
Yeah,
we
pretty
kind
much.
of-
You're pretty much there because that's pretty much where you're right in front of the path that the sort of the trail that leads up the hill.
And from where we are, can we see this well over here?
No.
No. Okay. So there's no reason to go over there. Well, gentlemen, shall we proceed?
Say again.
Shall we proceed?
Sounds good.
Yeah, we gotta get
We shall.
Paladar to jingle jangle.
Yeah, I'd have to imagine this is like there's like a path, right, going up through the valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Would you say that so you say that these are just shoes, right? That's what you agree with that, Marcel?
Yeah, I'd
Those
agree
are
with that, but
cut-
it's not something you guys can see at the moment.
Those are
Oh.
Pellamy's toes.
Because it's covered in like cloudy mist. Okay.
It's misted and the waters are just sunk back down. It's just basically mud that leads up to the kind of grassy blanket. There's a very kind of clear definition. It doesn't look like mud slowly giving way to grass. It's like mud and then grass. Right.
Okay.
I guess we keep walking forward up the path.
Yeah. Do you have any indication of how tall these things are? The shoes?
We don't even know they're there.
Yeah, you guys don't even know don't
Fair
even
enough.
know they're there.
Got it.
Yeah, cool. So you guys are going to start making your way up the game trail, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. As you guys start making your way up this hill, it's quite lovely and lush and like all the waving willow trees. And then you notice that 3 willow trees kind of start like waving quite a lot in the path in front of you before sort of kind of breaking free of their roots and sort of moving in like a breezy wavy motion like towards you. Kind of looks like they're almost like waving, and they stop when they get about 10 feet away from you, and you see the largest willow tree at the front kind of moves forward and says, bonjour, welcome to Telemi Hill. How long would you be staying with us this fine day?
Bonjour. We do not know. We are looking for. Goblin's name.
Jingle jangle.
Jingle jangle.
We are looking for Jingle Jangle.
Jingle Jangle, yeah, yes, oui. Yeah, Jingle Jangle, she likes to collect keys. She talks about them endlessly.
It sounds like a great hobby.
Well, she is very, very enthused by it. She even wears a coat made of keys that you might say Jingle Jangle, which is why, she called Jingle Jangle.
She jingles when she jangles.
Eh, oui. But alas, zut alors. But 3 days ago now, while she was rooting through the swamp for some truffles or something like that, she was accosted by some brigands. They battered her quite badly. And she has taken up residence in her den and has not left since then. One would think that she might be getting quite hungry.
Those hairy wobbers. No offense. Warren.
It's okay.
could you point
He does
out-
not
could
look
you
like
point
one of
out-
them brigands.
Could you point us to Den.
Oh, of course, we will escort you to the top. Come on, boys! And like the willows start sort of like waving
And
their way.
I look
Uh,
to X and say, I think they want some music. They look like they're trying to dance when they walk.
I start playing like a subtle tune, like basically like this
The
kind
wheels
of
on the
like.
bus go around.
You notice that the three willows seem to start sort of moving in time to your music as they get
Lovely.
as they ascend with you to the top of the hill, where you find presumably Jingle Jangle's den. There's this cave which has an entryway shaped like a keyhole.
Actually,
The three willow trees kind of like get around the cave and they're all sort of like pointing in. They're like, in here, in here. Yeah, and sort of like trying to encourage you guys in.
Thank you so much for the guide. You were very, very helpful. Much appreciated.
Merci.
Oh.
See you soon.
Is everyone heading down into the cave? Yeah.
yeah.
I am, yes.
Awesome stuff. You'll head into the cave and hear the tree cry, "Au revoir, mes amis!" As you head down in, and you see that there's worn steps lead further down into what feels like a cellar, almost. It's quite chilly in here, and as you get further down, you start to detect like a very subtle scent of iron in the air. From a distant spot within the chamber, sputtering candles illuminate a multitude of keys dangling from taut strings that crisscross the walls. Hundreds of other keys lie strewn across the dirt floor. As you take in this remarkable scene, you hear the sound of keys jingling and jangling as a goblin emerges from the dimness. She wears a coat lined in metal keys and carries a flail that has padlocks for heads. She manages a faint smile and says, "How might Jingle Jangle unlock a bit of happiness in your lives today?"
What does she look like? What race?
She is a goblin,
Goblin.
and I will
I
show
think I knew that.
you what she looks like right now.
She sounds
Cool.
very cool.
Oh, no, I can't spell jingle right.
Is it not how jingle is normally spelled?
Oh, no, it is. It's just I'm retarded. I mean, I'm...
I see.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that they
Happens to the best of us.
Wizards of the Coast it up.
No, I just... I'm not
GYN.
even sure. Yeah. Or it'd be a G
I'll be
or
honest.
something.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm slightly let down by the artwork because, like, it looks just a bit too neat for me.
Yeah, I was
Like it's
hoping it
being
would
like,
be a little.
scruffier.
Yeah, I thought everything would be like a lot more scruffier and like different sized keys and
I just really
yeah.
like the
Yeah, I
flail
thought
with
so too.
padlock heads.
I like
I know
that.
the flame with the padlock heads. That is cool.
I like that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree. There isn't a lot of variety, is there, with the keys?
Yeah, I think that's one where actually I might not have wanted to see the artwork and just like had just my it was just hunched down goblin with just like really random shaped keys all over her. Yeah.
But yes, so Jingle Jangle says, "How might I, Jingle Jangle, unlock a bit of happiness in your lives today?"
Well, I know what would unlock some happiness in our friend Talavar's heart today. Who's holding him, by the way? Who's carrying the... Did we leave him in the boat, or did we carry him?
We totally got him with us.
Yeah. So whoever, I guess, is... I guess I'm carrying him since...
I was thinking probably one of us would be, since
Yeah.
we
Well, I either hold him up in the cage or point to him if whoever X is holding him.
I mean, to
I
be
assume
fair,
you're
like I
bigger.
feel like you probably wouldn't be able. I don't know whether you'd be able to hold him, really, would you? Easily? Like the cage is gonna be almost the same size as you, isn't it?
do they have a cage dragon
Yeah.
drop-off box at the
Well,
front
Well,
of
if
Tommy
you're
Hill?
holding him, I will point to Sir Talavar and say, he appears to have himself in a bind.
Ah.
And needs a key to get out.
I have that key. I mean, Jingle Jangle has the key. Better you should have it than those long-eared brigands. Sorry, friend, I don't mean to cause any. Well, anyway, first they stole Jingle Jangle's truffles. Next, they'll want Jingle Jangle's key. So, please, here, have it. And she
Why,
offers
thank
out
you.
a silver key.
Why, thank you. Lost your truffles, huh?
Yes, yes.
I don't have any truffles, but I have a ration if you'd like one.
It'd be nice. Yes, it'd be lovely.
Pull out
Very
a ration
kind of
and
you,
hand it
Twix.
to her.
If only you had some more of those sweets from the carnival.
Where? Well, I was looking. I don't know if. Yeah, I don't think I
You
do,
necked all those
actually.
unicorn horns of candy.
Oh, I think I actually do.
Hold on.
I don't think I got. I don't. I think I. Double check. I don't think I ate my unicorn candy.
No,
I'm
I have
sure
a
I had.
fairy cupcake.
Oh, I did not write it in my inventory.
A fairy cupcake and a musical wine bottle. I think I'm gonna give her the musical wine bottle too, just to have to drink with her rations, I guess. I'm not gonna use that for much anyway.
Thank you very much. Jingle Jangle is most appreciative. I thank you so much. Is there anything else that I could do for you?
Is there anything you know about the downfall?
I know that it is the settlement of the Bullywogs to the north.
Do you know much about Bavlorna?
No, not really. She's hag, and she's in charge of this realm at the moment.
Was there anything else you guys might
At the
want to
moment,
ask
you
Jingle
said,
Jingle?
is that something that happens often? The leader or whoever's in charge changes or shifts?
No. First time Jingle Jangle ever seen happen.
What's the safest route where we could make it to the downfall from here?
Have to
Well,
go.
we want to avoid the brigands' tollway, right? We have a map, right? So I'll pull out the
Brigands-
map and show it to her.
Brigand's Tollway will be easiest, even though it's still not easy. Tollway is navigatable. Other ways go near edges, hard to navigate. You need someone like Clapperclaw. Clapperclaw will be able to navigate. He can probably get you to the realm of Tither.
Clapperclaw?
Clapperclaw, yes. Clapperclaw is pincer-clawed scarecrow, but he hangs around in Downfall.
Got it.
But he'd be able to get you to Tither, and he'd be able to navigate along the edge without getting lost.
All right.
I take the key and open up the cage for Sir Talavar.
Cool.
Well, did we check him at the dragon drop-off box? Or do we have him?
Well, I mean, he can. I mean, worst case scenario, he's on the raft, and you're gonna have to go back down to the raft. Twix.
I thought we decided X was holding him.
I don't think we could hold him, was what Marcel said.
I
Well, I
thought
said,
I couldn't
Twix,
because I'm only
'cause-
3 feet tall.
Yeah.
You can. You're.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, in that case.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So you're gonna unlock Talar's
Yeah, I'm
cage.
open the cage for Sir Talavar to get out. Here you go, fine sir.
Ah, good sir, your valor will not be forgotten. Ah, here, as entrusted, and he whips out his sword, and goes to that and hands it to you. Please take my magical sword.
First, I'll be right back.
Why, thank you. Your kindness will not be forgotten.
Well, unless there's anything else I can help you with, I must dash. My queen must know of the news.
Oh, where was your queen again?
Ah, the Queen Tatiana of the Summer Court. The Queen of the Summer Court.
Yeah, that's right. And is that in Hither, Tither, or?
Oh
What
no,
was that
dear
again?
boy, that is a completely different part of the Feywild altogether.
Okay.
This is but one mere realm, split into 3.
No, out of character, I couldn't remember. I thought we were told that already. I just couldn't remember.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, we were. Sure we were.
Yeah, I think you were, yeah.
Because I think we wanted to go see her, right?
Yes, yeah.
Eventually. Yeah. All right. Well,
Oh, I think you cut out for a second there, dude.
oh, sorry. I said we'll travel safe. Watch out for those hairy wobbers.
Ah, I shall, and you, my dear friends, be safe. And as I say, these deeds you have committed this day shall not be forgotten. Goodbye, friends! And he soars off into the sky. And disappears from your sight as he flies off into the clouds.
What a charming fellow.
Yes, he seemed lovely.
Jingle Jangle never met him before, but he seemed nice.
Interesting. He knew you. Well, at least he knew you would have the key to get him out.
Aha, I do have keys.
I see.
How did you acquire all of these keys?
Through determination. Jingle Jangle made bargain with Blightstraw. Jingle Jangle used to be scared of being on the wrong side of a locked door. So Jingle Jangle made bargain with Blightstraw so that she no longer be afraid. But she replaced fear with need for keys. So, Jingle Jangle must find keys. Keys
Is
all
that
Jingle
canon,
Jangle
or did
thinks
you just
about.
make that up? I'm dying to know. I
You
need to
should
know.
hire a blacksmith. that can make
This
you
is all.
keys.
This
Okay.
is all like canon.
Got it.
This is the sad tale of Jingle Jangle. So, yeah. If you have any keys that you aren't using, Jingle Jangle will take them.
I
Right.
unfortunately do.
I do not believe I will start searching through my bags. And I say, do you have you ought to find somebody who knows how to make keys and have them in your employ.
But then Jingle Jangle would have to pay keys to get more keys. Jingle Jangle doesn't want to lose any keys. Jingle Jangle just wants more keys.
Oh no, you shouldn't have to pay keys for keys. You could pay other things for keys, though, I'm sure.
But-
Like a
but-
nice place to live and work from.
Mm.
I do not have any keys in here. I am sorry.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jingle Jangle, I generally don't need keys and pull out a set of thieves' tools.
The devil's keys.
Devil's keys. Maybe if we can, I think we have some business with Blightstraw. She's taken some things from us. But maybe if your deal would be were to be broken or prematurely concluded, you might want to consider just investing in some thieves' tools.
Maybe. But there's always more keys.
Or skeleton key.
I mean, your collection is
Skeleton key.
it is wonderful.
I will
mean,
keep an
thank
eye
you.
out for keys. If
I have
run
my
into any-
I have my ways, but I am jealous.
Jingle Jangle,
What
do you
can-
think that you might have any keys that could help us on our journey within Hither?
We don't want to take her keys. She needs her keys.
Maybe there's an exchange that could be made.
He's got his tools.
I don't think. I think that Jingle Jangle thinks that's the only key that I had to help you with. Jingle Jangle thinks.
Fair enough.
If we are to cross by any keys throughout our journey, we will try to ascertain them and hold on to them and have them delivered to you, if not drop them off ourselves.
Oh, thank you very much. Jingle Jangle will be most pleased to take keys. And with that, are you exiting Jingle Jangle's cave?
Yeah, I believe we are.
Believe you are. Cool. She definitely seems a little bit happier than when you first went in there. And as you head out, you see the willow trees are still outside, and there's another 4 more that have joined them, making a total of 7. And all of them are kind of like arms in the air, like ooh, ooh, like celebrating. And you see the largest one again comes forward and goes, Mes amis, you have done it. You have got Jingle Jangle to eat. We are so happy. And they are all sort of like carnivally partying around you guys as you start making your way back down. And as you get about midway down, the large tree sort of pulls in front of the whole party again. Sort of almost seems to kneel down as far as an awakened tree can. It sort of holds out a branch, and sort of you see like the branch sort of like pulls back to reveal a key. And the tree says, my friends, take this key. It could help you in your future adventures. But just don't tell Jingle Jangle, okay?
We.
I take the key. Thank you very much.
No, my friends, thank you for you have done a great thing today. And the tree sort of like gets sort of like to the sort of tree line about like 30-40 feet away from the end of the grassland. It'll sort of like pull up, and they're just sort of like there waving and partying away as you make your way back down to where your raft is, which is now stuck in the mud, I am afraid.
Oh my goodness. We forgot to
Well-
pull it at a store.
It looks like we're going to have to proceed on foot then.
Who has the sword? Would that be Twix?
Twix has the sword, yes.
That's what I figured. What does it do? we know?
It is a +1 dagger.
Okay.
Cool. So you are going to start making your way through the muddy swamps. I'm going to need a group survival check from you, please. The DC you're going to need to beat is a 20.
Is that group?
Yes.
Yeah.
No
Did it by
problem at
himself.
all. There's my one crit for the day. We'll go back to
Nice.
single digits now.
Aww. So yeah, you guys are heading through the mud, slopping your way as you make through this gloopy, gelatinous mud. You guys spot another one of those mud pits in front of you as you are making your way through. All of you, I assume, dodge it so as to not get sucked into this sort of sinking sand type mud. And Twix, as you rolled the highest for me, can you roll a d8 for me, please?
I'm just running to the bathroom quickly. I'll have my headset on.
Yeah, no worries. Cool. Oh wait, you can still. Oh no, he's by the yeah. Well, it's going to be another sort of group check, so I suppose. Cool. So as you guys carry on making your way through the swamp, you've navigated around one of the mud pits. You come across almost like it seems almost like a field as such of the mud, like a kind of almost like a plain, except on this kind of plain are all these large green like bubbles seemingly emanating from the ground. You see in the distance as you sort of stop and pull up that one of the bubbles far away pops, and there's sort of like a dispersion of gas for a second. and you're going to have to make your way through this this swamp. I think this is more fun if it's not a group check, though. So I'm going to have everyone just do a survival check.
Told you I go back to single digits.
What weapon do you use, Van Bjerk? Do you use daggers or short swords?
I'm
Or
on short
rapier?
swords.
Short swords, cool.
Actually, double check. Oh, God. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, I'm doing. I'm on a. I hadn't actually decided whether. I think I'm a rapier and a dagger.
Cool.
Actually, in fact, no. Sorry, I can only be a rapier. I can't do two weapon fighting if my main hand weapon isn't a.
It needs to be a light property.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
light
and a
property.
rapier isn't. Yeah, a rapier isn't. So it's just finesse. So yeah, I'm on a rapier.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm in two minds about do I go rapier or double short sword.
Yeah.
But I feel
like-
rapier is a bit more fitting at the moment. I think.
Yeah. Could always try and find somewhere to switch up later on, maybe. Or if not, rapier's
Well,
not the end of the world. It's pretty
but
decent.
once I hit soul knife, that
Yeah.
decision is made for me because of the actual blades themselves, sonic blades.
Cool. So, as you guys are moving through the bubbles, Warren, you basically like hop, skip, and jump in between these bubbles. Don't even come close to one. Van Bjerk, you seem to have managed to find yourself kind of somehow in between two, and you can like squeezing through it. You see the tip of your rapier in its sheath just seems to put the impression on the bubble, but doesn't quite pop it, and you get through. Twix, however, as you sort of make your way across the field of bubbles, you kind of just misjudge where you go to land on the other side to wait for everyone else. And as you go down and land, a bubble pops next to you. And I'm going to get you to ask me. I'm going to ask you to roll me another D8, please.
You want me to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
5. Okay. So for the next hour, Twix, you're going to experience the most annoying case of hiccups. If you need to cast a spell that has any verbal component, you must succeed on a Constitution save. Oh, sorry, Constitution check. Also, you're going to have disadvantage on stealth checks made to hide or sneak for the next hour. As you're just...
Pathetic.
I mean, it's actually quite funny that Twix is neither a spellcaster or like a primary stealth character. Obviously, we
Twix,
may
are you
still
okay,
have
buddy?
Yeah.
Can I have a survival check from you as well, please, Expalia?
Can you just roll it for me, and I will be back in less than 30 seconds.
Oh, I thought that's all right. I just thought you were.
No, I'm not back yet.
You're
Sorry.
back.
No. About to be, but I don't want to keep you waiting any longer.
Oh, I'll let you do it, 'cause otherwise it's going to then come up on the screen and fuck all my shit up.
I'm 5 seconds. I'm sitting at my laptop. God, this fucking cramp. Alrighty. Oh.
No, you make your way over without getting touched by any of the gas
Cool.
as well. Cool. And you guys continue on your way. When after a little while, I am assuming you guys are heading north at the moment. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we hadn't
Uh,
actually decided where we were going, but yeah, I do think we were actually just gonna head directly north. I think. Like, there's nothing else around here that we know we should investigate. So, like, maybe we head north and see this shack here. Like, kind of maybe head towards that before we head towards the Brigand's Tollway.
Cool. So as you carry on making your way north through the boggy swamp, the movement is slow. You see the most peculiar thing you think you may have seen today, possibly. Well, in this humble narrator's opinion, at least. As a large 3-story building on what seems to be a multitude of legs is crawling its way across the swampland.
I'm running to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
You guys fucking see that? Of course you do. It's a 3-story building on legs.
See what?
That is bizarre.
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
That's Kansas.
It's a secret, Twix.
And as you are all stood there, you see the thing kind of crawls. It's probably about 100 feet or so away from you. You see it crawls along for just stopping, seemingly for no reason, and dropping and lowering itself into the swamp. So there is basically a nice doorway that one could easily walk into.
Hello.
How far away from us does this happen?
It's about 100 foot away.
Oh.
Sorry, gentlemen, like, I know we've been told Bavlora is in the town, but what we were told was she lives on a rambling cottage on stilts in the swamp. I mean, rambling means kind of moving. And this is I mean, I wouldn't call it a cottage, but it's certainly moving through the swamp.
I'm definitely interested. I definitely don't think we're ready to confront Bavorna if that is what it is.
How many feet is there?
There is lots. It looks like there's tens of feet.
She lives on 3 stilts. It's standing on 3 stilts.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
I'd say we go explore this.
Yeah, absolutely. With that information.
I think, like everything else in this place, we need to be very, very careful.
Yeah, I feel like we should.
Who doesn't want to see a house that has feet and walks?
And beyond that, I think we should really investigate every place and point of interest that we come across before we.
I agree, but I think that this is a place that is has rules and customs that we are not accustomed to, and that they're everything.
It all seems so familiar, but so distant at the same time.
And if we've learned anything, don't make an agreement. Don't ask for anything. I feel that could have unintended consequences. Seems like a place where wishes could actually come true in the worst possible way.
Well, we are somewhere over the rainbow.
Yeah, well, Jingle Jangle didn't want to be afraid anymore, and now Jingle Jangle covets keys. I mean, it's not the worst curse in the world. You could be merged with a horse.
It's true.
Question is, which one of those is actually more debilitating?
I mean, I believe it's probably very contextual.
Well, I mean, if you can't form any relationships because your obsession is purely with keys and you can't move beyond that, or you're a horse person, not a centaur, a human horse thing.
Sorry, who's
And
literally merged with their horse that they loved enough to ask to be reunited with. That is going to be like mentally crippling.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who wants to go first?
I knock on the door, and then I open it.
Well, like I say, as you guys get closer, you see that there's smoke rising from the chimney, and you start to get the wafting smell of half the stew. And as you get closer still, you see above the door there is a sign which says "The Inn at the End of the Road."
I look
That's not
around.
nice,
Is there a road anywhere?
No, this is a swamp, baby.
I know, that's what I was like.
Yeah, so Expiler is going first, I believe. Knocking
Yeah,
on
I've
the
knocked
door.
on the door, and before I open it,
Are you knocking but still opening as you entering, or you went knocking, waiting to see if someone answers?
no, I'm opening the door.
You open into what looks to be a quite classic inn or tavern. There is a large bar directly in front of you, a hearty fireplace off to your left, stairs over to the right that seem to lead to the upstairs, and you see an assortment of tables and also a large hatch in the background, which seems to a large hatch behind the bar, which seems to lead or have food passed out to from a kitchen.
How many people are in here?
There is. So there is only one person in the inn at the moment, and that is the innkeeper who is stood behind the bar. She is an elderly female. Don't know why my voice went all funny there. Yeah, she's an elderly female human. She smiles at you and says, hello, welcome to the inn at the end of the road. Please, can I get you anything?
What is this place?
This is the inn at the end of the road. Used to be the finest inn in all of Prismere.
Which road were you at the end of?
Well, that's the joke, dear. That's the joke. See, the inn used to travel through Prisma freely. It has legs. It moves. It stops in a place for a while and then carries on moving, and then. So do you see? It's like a play on words sort of thing.
Oh, what's your name?
My name is Tizu.
Sorry.
Tizu.
That's he. Tizu. Tizu. Too easy.
How do you spell that?
I mean, you can spell it however you want.
Yeah. What's it say in the book?
Towards
I thought you made it up.
No, but there's no pronunciation guide for it, so I was like, eh. It's what I. So that's why when you're like, how do I write? It's like whatever makes more sense for you because
Yeah, I
this is
put
how I'm pronouncing it.
Tizu, but I thought it might have been like T apostrophe ZU. I wasn't sure.
Cool. Yes, she says. Yes, no. So the inn used to travel the whole of Prisma, not just been confined to hither.
Why can't it travel to the other parts of Prisma anymore?
Well, supposedly, since Zabilna's been trapped and the Coven has taken control, the realms have been cut off from one another for the most part.
We're looking to get to Downfall. Is obviously the best way seems like the Brigand's Tollway. Is that safe, or is that it? It sounds like it isn't.
I mean, it's probably where you'll find Longscarf. That's where his there's a reason it's called the Brigand's Tollway, you know.
So I'm assuming the idea of the tollway is if we pay, we can pass. Is that a voluntary payment, or is it whatever they decide?
I can't say that I know, for example, but I'm pretty sure Longscarf takes pretty much whatever he wants.
I don't suppose you would happen to be going to Downfall, or do you just bypass it completely?
It's not somewhere that we usually go, but also I don't like steer, if that's probably the easiest way to put it.
Oh, okay. So the inn goes
Yes.
wherever it wants to,
Yes.
or perhaps needs to.
Indeed.
Who knows?
So I can't guarantee you passage, unfortunately, because there's no way of knowing if and when we would arrive at Downfall.
If we were to get a room for the night, would we have any idea where we would wake up?
Well, you're still being hither, dear. I can tell you that.
I mean, but the inn travels through the night, or is there a time where it stays still?
Inn about every 10 minutes or so, and as she says that, the whole inn rumbles a little bit, and you feel it shift and kind of stand up on its legs. She goes, there it is. Because every 10 minutes or so, it's not every 10 minutes or so. Sorry, every mile, the inn stops for about 10 minutes or so. So
they're only stationary for 10 minutes per mile. Okay. Well, what time is it? Because we need to rest soon, and I felt like this would be a good place to rest.
So we've been up for a very long time.
And
I don't know
feel
about
like,
you.
yeah, I feel like I just like to know we're headed north, south, east, west, or if we'd have any idea of which direction we're traveling.
Well, you can always look
There's
out
no
the
way to
window every
tell.
time we move. Not really,
Yeah,
dear,
but
no.
that's not going to give me much help. Would you be able to point out on a map where we are at when we wake up?
I suppose I could poke my head out and try and figure out where we are. Like I say, I don't have any control or knowledge of where it is we're going. The inn just does its own thing and moves wherever it chooses.
Right. Well, we've never been here before, so we wouldn't know just looking out at the swamps, where we would be at this on this map, which we happen to know where we are currently. So, if that makes sense.
Yes.
What do you
Yes.
guys think? Do you guys want to grab some meals and camp, or what do you guys want to do?
I think this seems a lot safer than
Than
camping
sleeping in the
outside.
swamps? Yeah, that's what I was
And
thinking.
if we end up a couple of miles off course, I would trade that for safety.
Agreed. So how much for room and board and dinner for us all?
Oh no charge. Free beds, hot meals, slices of delicious plum pie, all of that. As is always the case in Prisma.
Wow.
And she looks at you strangely for a second. She's like, "How new are you all to Prisma?"
Very new.
Hours, maybe. Not even a day.
So let me explain something to you about Prisma. Prisma was originally the domain of Zabilna, the Archfey. I mean, technically, it still is. It should be, but that's a different story for a different day. But Zabilna enforced several rules across Prisma. 3 very basic rules: the rule of hospitality, the rule of ownership, and the rule of reciprocating. Yeah, it's like
Reciprocal.
It's like
Reciprocity. Reciprocity.
Oh,
reciprocity. Yeah,
I did not know that was a fucking word at all.
Yeah,
Yes, it is. It means to back and forth, basically.
yeah.
Got it.
Give
Okay.
and take.
For sure. Yeah, of course. Okay. Hospitality, reciprocity, right?
Reciprocity.
Reciprocity. Easy to spell when you put it like that.
And
And ownership.
yeah, I know ownership. And she says the rule of the
Reciprocity.
Reciprocity.
Reciprocity. Rule of reciprocity. When a friend, an enemy, or a stranger offers you a gift, you are obliged to accept it and offer something of comparable value, be it a gift or a service, in return. Such reciprocation needs not happen immediately. I won't bore you with
Well,
the
Sue?
rules.
Sue?
Yes.
Sue it was? Yes. I would love some dinner if you don't mind.
Of course.
And a room for the evening. What time is it roughly? Because we finished at like carnival, right?
Twix, you know better than everybody. That time doesn't move the same in here.
Right, but I'm saying we've been up. We went to the carnival.
Oh
at
yeah.
time.
No, good point.
So I mean, we're gonna get exhausted here soon if we don't go to bed, right? Or am I wrong?
I mean, it's about 8 a.m. in the morning.
Well, I've been up for about 18 hours.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat and then go to bed and ask Miss Sue here. What? Just because we are new to Prism, what would be a comparable form of reciprocity that we could invoke down the road for your hospitality?
I mean, it's about the thought more than the like the action rather than the thought of the action rather than the value exchange. Like any old trinket would do, or if you were to, I mean, if you were to manage to take down, I don't know, or like restore Zybilna to power, then I would be willing. Of course, I'd be willing to help you.
Well, that is definitely something that we will contemplate and try to explore. But
We'll
in the meantime,
reciprocate
I
it.
pull out my paper wasp nest in a jar and set it on the bar and take this gift of appreciation.
Oh, thank you. Um,
Quite a good accessory for the atmosphere, I think.
yes, I like it. It's very good. Thank you very much. So yes, dinner and dessert. Some plum pie for dessert. Yes.
Oh yes,
Cheeky
please.
bit of pud.
I would never say no to dessert. I know Twix wouldn't either.
Cool. She gestures for you all to sit down at a table, and before long, she brings out some rather hearty food. We're talking roast stuff here, people. All some good shit. And out comes a huge plum pie as well. She puts down with a load of cream in a jug next to it. There is ales and meads, and you guys get to have a slap up meal, which probably do with. It's probably gonna make you all very sleepy as well. Yeah, you have your slap up meal. Is there anything anyone wants to do before they go to bed? I presume.
No, I thank her. I have a lot to drink, and are we in different rooms? Are we sharing a room?
You have like a door, so you have like it's like a big room, and then there's 4 beds in there.
Cool.
Cool. So you drink, make merry, have a good time, and then head to bed. The next morning, you will wake up to the gentle movements. Well, I suppose not really the next morning, but after you guys have had a decent amount of sleep, you will wake up again to the sort of gentle swaying motion of the inn as it walks across the swamp.
Yeah, I only trance for 4 hours, so I'm awake before everyone else by like quite a stretch. I'm just looking out the window, smiling.
Enjoying the view.
Make a dream as well.
I mean, you gotta enjoy some parts of the adventure, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Sit back and watch the
downtime.
scenery. The downtime. Enjoy that downtime. Yeah, and you cool. Yeah, so you guys all up. It is let's say 3 p.m. Are you guys all getting some breakfast and stuff before you heading off? Or I assume you're
Sure.
heading off.
Yeah,
or...
sure.
The
Yeah. And I, as we're heading out, like without anyone hearing, what I say to Zoo, you have my word. As I leave. That's it. Nothing else.
sort of nods knowingly. Twix and Exabalia, what do you think represents memory more, intelligence or wisdom?
Oh, well, memory, probably wisdom, I would say. I don't know.
Cool.
That's a tough one, actually.
I mean, I was contemplating on it myself. I
would agree. I would think wisdom.
Well, wisdom
Yeah.
is more of like it's more of just kind of like an understanding, whereas intelligence is the knowledge of, right? Is that
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for as well. Like wisdom's more in kind of introspective, insightful, whereas intelligence is more like knowledge.
factual
And,
book knowledge? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So like memory, I think would play a part into wisdom because we experience things, and we experience things, and that's where wisdom derives from, right?
yeah,
I don't know. That's my thought.
yeah. I think wisdom. So yeah, can you both of you give me just a straight wisdom roll, please?
Yes.
Oh Jesus Christ!
So if you crit one, then something very interesting has to happen, right? Is that the new rules?
That's yeah, sure. Um, uh, Twix, like nothing. You didn't really. Nothing's really pinged to you so far about the Feywild or Prisma. X, after your sleep, it was almost like a dream, but you remember seeing the inn at the end of the road before passing through Tither, across the grasslands, and you see like a giant oak tree, you think it is as well. And also, you remember the other two rules of conduct, which, if you're ready, I will read out to you.
One sec. I'm very horizontal. There we go. The hospitality and ownership, right?
Yep.
I'm ready.
Cool. Rule of hospitality. When a friend, an enemy, or a stranger enters your home, you're expected to be gracious and accommodating to them until such time as they prove their words or actions undeserving of such hospitality.
One more time. When a friend, stranger, or enemy enters
Your home, you're expected to be gracious and accommodating to them until such time as they prove by their words or actions undeserving such hospitality.
duly noted. And ownership.
You must not steal from a friend, an enemy, or a stranger. To take something that doesn't belong to you without the rightful owner's permission is a crime and an unforgivable breach of etiquette.
Spicy.
Indeed.
And yeah, you sort of gain that knowledge and a little bit more of your memory back, and you know now that you when you lived in the Feywild, you lived in Tither, and you do remember that the realms never used to be separated. However, as the rest of you exit out of the inn, as it stopped having had your breakfast and making back on your merry way, who would like to give me a perception check?
Thank you for the hospitality, Sue. It was wonderful to meet and spend the night with you, or day, I guess you could say. I'll say as we walk out.
She waves and says, "Good. Hopefully, I'll see you again. Come again anytime." Yeah, cool. So as you all get out of the of the inn. It's low tides again, I'm afraid, so it's boggy and horrible. But then again, as you don't have your raft anymore, is it better or worse? Who knows? As you sort of get out of the inn and it starts to move off again in its random direction, can everyone give me a perception check as they just sort of look around?
Told you. I don't know
Well,
what is up with roll 20, but I
Hey,
rolled
I am not.
Mm.
I'm not rolling well.
I rolled 120, and now it's all single digits since then.
I don't know
Oh,
what the
you
fuck you
did
guys
say,
talking about.
but in fairness, you did turn around and go after you rolled the 20. I'm now only going to roll single digits.
Yeah.
But how many times has that happened with roll 20? Like literally, I mean, several games that's been a case. I feel like.
So Twix and Van Bjerk, you don't really see anything as you look around this sort of boggy wasteland.
Sure is foggy out here.
However,
Yeah, I've got
X
mud stuck
and
to my boots and
Warren,
everything. It's horrible.
you see what seems to be a stream over to your sort of coming over from the west. Seems to be about 10 foot wide, which is sort of kind of unusual in the rest of this like swampy, boggy environment.
What is it exactly that we saw? Sorry.
It was a 10-foot wide stream over to the west, which is a bit unusual. Basically, because the rest of the place is like there's not many bodies of water when at low tide. Otherwise, just the surrounding bog. So, what would you like to do?
I note to the boys about the stream, and where exactly are we with the house? Do we know, or is it kind of like ambiguous?
You're not really sure where you are at the moment.
Okay, that's fair.
Um,
I'm gonna
the
go up and
brigands-
fucking fly
the-
and just get a vantage point.
yeah, the Brigands Tollway seems like quite a large landmark. Exvalia, see if you can find the tollway.
Yeah, that was my plan actually. Well, not exactly that, but just to get up there and see what was the closest landmark. So yeah, I fly out the fucking door and I just go up 30 feet in the sky and look around.
Cool.
Marcel hates this.
You reckon you're about there? You see that?
Yeah. I go back down. I'm like, we're probably about midway between the slanty tower where we found Tavalar and that big old fucking weird looking maze thing that we saw from the bridge.
Okay, which
Because we don't know
way
what the
do you-
tollway is, right?
We got a map, haven't we?
Oh, we do have a map, don't we? Okay, yeah. Right. Forgot about that. Okay, so yeah, we're about halfway between the tollway and Slanty Tower, I'd say.
So if we're about here, I'm very curious about these wells.
The warp pipe. I assume it's just drainage, but I'm gonna admit to you, I'm pretty scared about trying to investigate them.
Well, remember the flood comes like at the tide, so I think it comes in and out of those pipes for some reason. That's what
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
think.
Or
we
that's
talked
some
about
one of
that
you guys
last
said
time,
that.
but let's
Yeah,
go
we
ahead,
did.
Let's go ahead and check it out. See what's
Yeah,
over
alright. Just nobody go down the hole.
here. We could fly down there, maybe.
I guess we
No.
could. I'm still scared. Do you know how?
So you're
I
gonna
just
go
feel like
try
I've died doing
Yeah.
stupid things in a past life multiple times.
Come back without a hand.
There you go.
Cool. So you guys are gonna try and find one of the
Yeah, we'll go walk up to the
well,
pipe and just take a look at it, investigate it a little.
Cool. I won't make you do a survival check. We'll just say that it's just some time spent till you find one. But eventually, you do start to hear the rush of water in the distance, and as you start to follow the sound and get closer, you find a sort of a 10-foot tall, 5-foot in diameter well with a steady geyser of water shooting up to a height of about 30 feet above it. What's everyone's
that's
passive
good.
perception, by the way?
Wait a sec, I'm updating my notes.
Mine's 13.
I imagine mine is about that. Let's find out. 14.
Warren, oh me, Twix, what's your guys' passive perception?
Oh yeah, walk back. I gotta go feed the dog. So it is 12.
Okay.
I might lose signal while I walk into the other room to get their food, though. Just heads up. But I got my headset on, so you can keep talking.
Okay.
John, you here?
Think he's on mute.
Yeah, I see that. Want to give him a sec before we move forward?
Yeah.
Go on, you're over drink then. Give me a sec.
Yeah. Time to take a 5-minute nap. Marcel,
Yeah.
well, I'm turning my camera on to tell you this one. I got a date on Thursday.
You got a date on Thursday
Mm-hmm.
with
Mm-hmm.
with.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, come on, you got to tell the internet who it is.
Jenna's sister Caitlin.
Way.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
I'm stoked. The Rizzler.
See. Everything's gonna be fine.
That it is. I'm gonna not drink for the next 5 days. My kidneys hurt.
That's also a very, very good idea.
It wasn't like pity drinking, it was just social drinking. I've been going out like every fucking day.
How's the coursework going?
How's what?
The coursework.
I dropped it. Because I'm calling the admissions office from the college that I dropped out of on Monday
Yeah.
to see what they can do for me. Like how I could
Okay.
get back in for the fall semester.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get my psych degree and do what I've always wanted. I got the vision.
It's that. What you always wanted to do.
I want to be a therapist, just like you.
Are you sure about that?
I am. I am. That's always what I wanted to do.
I love it when he's like, "Are you sure about that?"
My therapist was delighted when I said that.
So he can retire.
What happened? So, what'd you say?
I said so he can retire.
So they can retire.
I mean, to like, I work with like a lot of psych students, and a lot of them are finishing their degrees and then working out what the fuck they're going to do because they've decided after doing their degree, they're like, nope.
Yeah, I got that.
They're
Like,
just like,
not.
"Do you know
It's not
what?
a clear path to.
I'm just
Gotcha.
going to go and do something else." Like some of them that wanted to work with kids realized that after doing their psych degree and actually working with children, how fucked up they will end up.
I've had a fucked up life. I want to be able to use my traumatic experiences to help other people process their shit. I feel like I'll be very good at
That's fair.
it. Um,
Working with kids is all. Isn't wrong.
I'm more thinking I just want to do like general psychotherapy counseling and shit. Eventually have a private practice one day.
I think it's boring. It does. Like if you want
I'm grabbing a drink quickly.
rewarding, work with kids in like psych hospitals or residential facilities.
We'll see. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to go straight to having a private practice, so I'm gonna have to probably do some social work and shit en route to that anyway.
What is the degree you're seeking?
Psychology.
You'll have to go all the way through to your doctorate. You know that, right?
Well, no, counselors in New York State can they do it with a master's.
I
My
don't think
therapist
you could
only has a
be.
master's.
Do they work for somebody else? Because I don't think you could be independently licensed.
I'm pretty sure it's her own practice. She just opened it. I looked at her LinkedIn. She doesn't have a doctorate.
Hmm.
That's why I've been looking at that. I don't want to prescribe medication, dude. That's like the last fucking thing I want to do. Also, I could see myself being interested in getting my doctorate down the line. This is just like what I want to do. I've done a lot of soul searching these last 2 weeks. My fiance and I broke up last Tuesday, and it's been a lot. It's felt like a lifetime these last 2 weeks, I would say. And then some. It's like consecutive life terms. Like I now understand that sentence. And I've just decided that I'm gonna just do what I want with my life, and I don't care what that entails, as long as it makes me happy and is fulfilling and rewarding. Like I was doing this data analytics program, a certificate program, and it was like, it's cool. I like numbers. I like spreadsheets. I like stats. But that's not what I wanted to do. This is what I want to do. I can go for free. And some of the like city universities, as long as I go full time, which is nice. I was thinking about doing it online, but it was gonna like wind up being like 60,000 for the degree. I could save $60,000. I'm gonna do it.
Right. Are we all ready to continue?
Still haven't heard from John.
Well, what should we do then? Should we hang fire for a little while longer, or do we want to continue?
Hard to say. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I was just finishing feeding the pups.
I mean, should we give it should give it a couple more minutes?
Did you did you message him?
I'll do it now.
See if he's just lost connection? Cause, or no, that was you with the
That,
internet or with
that
the
happens
power
to
or
me.
something.
Yeah, it happens to me. Like, I'll like lose connection. You guys won't even know I'm not there.
We'll have to probably run them outside as soon as they start barking at me. Just a heads up, though. Good for now, though. What you doing? I might drop my signal. I'm gonna go ahead and fill their Kongs up with some a little treat.
Anything, dude? This man texted me yesterday to tell me how much he missed D&D. Oh god. My body hates me to death.
I walked in the kitchen. You cut out as soon as I walked in there. You said this man, and then that's all I heard.
This man texted me yesterday to tell me how much he was missing D&D.
I like that music.
I thought he was still here because he did the perception check just before.
If this man doesn't come back, I'm gonna text his sister.
I'll just say, yo, what's up?
Just read no con. Like, hey, can you go check on your brother for me? Haven't talked to her in fucking 10 years. 9? 9.
Shall we carry on then?
Yeah,
Whatever.
I guess my question was gonna be, should we like call it or carry on?
Well, yeah.
Hopefully he's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emergency. Seems like something emergency. or
Something must have
something
happened.
came
Yeah,
up.
that's my guess.
I mean, I hate to.
I like want to text somebody else to be like, hey, have you heard anything from? Like there's somebody I could text to be like, hey, have you heard anything crazy in the last half hour? Like,
Feel like I don't know. I feel like we need the rabbit though. I don't want to like go on.
Well, should we see if we can get hold of him, and then if not, call it?
yeah, I think that's the best plan.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially
Let
going
me-
through those hairy wabbas. I can't talk.
I could literally text somebody to text a sister. I just cannot do that. That is my ex.
Well, I mean, you texted him already, right?
I did, yeah, twice.
Well, let's give him a little bit and see. You know, he might. I don't know. Whatever you guys want to do. Something came up. You know, maybe emergency or something. At least make sure he's okay. I don't know. If we don't hear from him, then make sure you send a Discord out that he's alive and breathing. That's all I'm kind of worried about. Like, what's going on? 'Cause that was weird. Unless he just lost all power. Are you guys having storms or anything up there this weekend?
No, it's beautiful weather.
Yeah, it's actually good here today. It's 78 degrees. Gorgeous outside. Nice Mother's Day. We call it. Maybe I'll go see my grandbaby. Tell her Happy Mother's Day, and she's got a gift here anyway. So it reminds me, I got clothes in the wash, in the dryer. I got to put.
Yeah, might as well do whatever.
Yeah, like let me get the laundry going. They're almost done. Get them out of the dryer. Oh. Got me a new bed yesterday. Supportive. Sorta new. New to me.
Yo.
Yeah. Been a cool 45 minutes.
So you said 45 minutes?
Pretty sure that's how long it's been.
Well, I think that's pretty optimal amount of time to wait. I don't know. It's
Yeah, I mean, it's like we could wait another 15 minutes till it's an hour, and then at that point be like, oh, well, it's only 15 minutes to 5 o'clock, and then, now we're waiting another half hour.
yeah, I mean,
You know.
we're not. I mean, we're gonna call it. I'll just go hang out with the grandbaby, and I got a busy week. I won't get to see her too much.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think we just call it here, don't we?
Yeah, it is
Yeah, I
what
think
it
that's
is.
probably for the best.
And,
Yeah.
then, and then, yeah, and if
Let
like
Marcel
person-
flame
like,
John
yeah,
at some
take
point
your
later in the
time,
week.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a totally reasonable explanation for it.
I am
Fine.
too. He wouldn't just do this.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. If you make sure you send a message when you hear from him, so we know he's all right. Nothing crazy
Yeah.
like happened.
Yeah, something's going on for sure. Like I said, he texted me yesterday about how excited he was to play today.
Yeah, that's why I'm worrying, make sure nothing.
There's like no way that this is just like a burnout or anything. Like I'm burnt the fuck out and I'm here, Like it's not that. It can't be.
Well, I saw that he was muted for a second, but he'd done a couple of checks, so I assume maybe he was on the phone or something. But if he's
That's
not
kind of what I thought too.
But yeah,
That was something that I considered.
but
I might, if I don't hear from him by like 5 o'clock, I think I'm gonna have somebody text his sister to go check on him.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah, just to make sure he's
Yeah,
okay. And
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. I almost feel like I should just text him. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna text somebody now, honestly.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get my stuff out of the dryer and head over to the baby's house, I guess. And
Yeah, right on, dude. Enjoy your day with your grandbaby.
yeah, I'm gonna go get some baby time in. He's awesome.
yeah,
Um,
get
way
some
better
grand-
than having kids.
Oh yeah.
It is, man. Solid.
You don't have to take him home.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't mind taking her home. It's just, yeah, it's different. It's just a different feeling, When you first have kids, you're like, oh crap, what am I gonna do, right? Like, and now you're like, know what to do. This is just enjoy the feeling, Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. All right. Well, you guys, happy Mother's Day. Speaking of which.
Yeah.
Ready for you guys.
Happy trauma day.
Yeah, I'll see you guys. Yeah, make sure you message us. Let us know.
Yeah, I just texted my best friend to text his sister.
All right. See you guys.
cool.
Catch you
Catch
guys
you later.
Peace out.
So, see you next week.
Yeah, he already. It's already in motion.
I can't even leave the chat.
Yeah,
My cursor won't leave my TV screen. I don't know. Oh no, it's done it. It's done it. Right, it's done it. But I don't know why it's done it. That's the whole thing. Right, go back. So like I drag it from my laptop to the right, and it goes straight onto my TV screen. But then I try and take it left back, and it won't. And I try up, and I try down, and like the right of the TV, and it doesn't do it. I'm just like, oh, what the fuck is going on? Like, is it like my laptop is just so slow and pathetic that it just can't process it properly?
Is it
It's the
really that bad?
only explanation.
I suppose
It's
the
not
TV
that
is
bad
really
because
good,
it's
isn't
running.
it?
Yeah, but it's running 2 screens. Although I'm not on video at the moment because I crashed out twice. If you notice, I disconnected. It's because I got like a weird sound, and then I just got the video but no sound.
Ah.
So that's why I'm not actually on camera at the moment. Is because it wasn't playing. Am I back here?
My camera's
Oh,
off because I am in shambles and horizontal.
Marcel, I did message you in on Facebook because I couldn't through Discord because I couldn't get my cursor on Discord. It's not
Oh.
relevant now, but it's something that we do need to talk about.
Yeah, that's cool. We can talk about that.
Yeah, yeah. But we can do that on Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll do that on Tuesday. Yes. Yes.
Oh, I did a silly thing. I bought a Switch.
Hell yeah.
Or Switch.
Great
You're gonna be
investment.
Dakota's best friend.
I'm waiting
Great
for
investment.
it to arrive because I've missed because I got it through Amazon, and normally they just dump stuff in my hallway, but I've got because of the expense of the item, I've actually got to be here, and they've got to put a code in. I've got to give them a code, and I've missed them twice because like, yeah, we're gonna turn up tomorrow. Okay, that's lovely. Tomorrow is a whole day. How many people
Yep.
are in their houses for a whole fucking day? Even on their day off, how many people realistically are in their houses for a whole fucking day? Unless you're like 60. I'm not.
No comment.
So I missed the delivery.
Same.
So I was like, well,
I've kicked that lifestyle, but I definitely was one of those people. And I replaced it with a
Yeah,
very healthy drinking habit.
I just don't talk to me about drinking, okay? Like,
Yeah,
Marcel knows.
I'm pickled.
Well,
I feel pickled right now.
I believe the correct term for me is a functioning alcoholic. I
Mm.
don't drink before
That-
or during work.
Professionals
I'm not
love that
working-
term, I hear.
If I'm not drinking, shit. God damn it. If I'm not working, I'm drinking. Have you seen the first season of True Detective?
Yeah.
Like Rust Cole, like being interviewed, and like they're interviewing him, and he cracks open a beer. I'm like, no, sorry, you can't drink. It's like, no, if I'm not working, I'm drinking, and carries on drinking the beer, and then lights up a cigarette.
Got a boy. I
And I'm
forgot
like,
about that scene.
yeah, I was like, yes. I don't smoke at all, but the alcohol thing, yep, that's
You make up
pretty
for
much.
it with the alcohol.
Unfortunately, yes. Just
Mhm.
looking at the amount of beer cans in front of me.
I certainly understand.
Just debating what we're going to do now for the rest of my evening. I still got a
Oh.
couple of hours to server slam for Diablo 4, but I've already leveled 20 to characters, so it just seems a bit fucking redundant.
Right. Yeah.
And I missed the world, but I couldn't be. I was going to stay up last night and do the world boss at like 5 a.m. and I just couldn't be fucking bothered. Because now I've bought the Switch, I'm now not going to buy Diablo 4.
Well,
Well, no, because I can't do both.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but like it's so like with Diablo 4, like is it sounds like a lot. It's like you get up to level 20. It sounds like a lot. It is not. like, because Max is level 70, and it seems like a very small part of the map. I do think Diablo 4 is going to be the first AAA game in a long time that actually releases properly,
Like
and
on time.
smoothly. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it took them
And
fucking long enough, you know.
yeah, because they needed to do it. So it's the whole
Right.
point. It's like, let it cook for as long as it needs to cook for. Like, release the game in a finished state. Do a beta. Do an open beta. Smooth everything out, and then release the fucking game. And that's and that's what, because like they know Diablo 4 is gonna, those servers are gonna get hit hard straight away. That's what the server slam's about. It's like, do us right now. I reckon they're not even. I don't even reckon they're at full server capacity during the server slam. I reckon they're limited, and seeing how hard they can hit a small amount of servers. So then when they do the full release, it will just run.
That makes sense.
I mean, because like when was the last time a AAA game released, and everyone was like, "This is fine."
Grand Theft Auto.
It's yeah, Grand Theft Auto 4,
5.
5, Grand Theft Auto
That's
5.
still like
Yeah.
a decade ago.
Yeah, exactly. This is the whole point. Like I don't think any AAA game producer has actually landed the launch at all.
Don't even look at EA and BioWare.
That's not. I think it's really difficult to sit around and like look at like all the big game producers now and go, anyone's on no. Look at them and go, oh, they're untouchable and they've got this and this, and look at their history and they've managed to land it, because no one's done it since. Arcane have obviously just totally fucked it up with Redfall.
It's
And even then,
strange.
like the problem with Redfall is like no one was really that into the game. Like it was one of those kind of, this seems interesting, but no one was super hyped about it. Or at least
Thing
I
is,
wasn't. I think it looked really interesting. Unlike say Cyberpunk, which I was mega into, so I was willing to give it that like a go and pay the money, and then okay, it fucked up, but they've now got the, they've had like a couple of years and they've fixed it, and everyone's like, okay, now they're going to release a DLC which hopefully won't be a botched mess. Whereas with Redfall, it's like, was anyone that excited about it enough that they're going to have the time to fix it?
I mean, it's what I think. The thing for me is what it lacks more than anything is just personality. I think it to me it suffers like the sort of Destiny fate of where mechanically there's nothing wrong with it, but like when Destiny first released and it was what's his name doing the voiceover,
Yeah.
and it was just kind of soulless. The game just didn't feel like there was no. It was hard to connect with it, and I feel Redfall has that for me because I played a little bit of it, and it doesn't.
Yeah, I haven't played it, but I've heard it's a buggy, horrific mess.
I haven't encountered many bugs. I've probably played about 6 or 7 hours of it, maybe a bit more. But
I've heard it is pretty bad, and also it's like progression is tied to the party leader and not individually. That's a no. That's a hard no from me as a player. Like, I can't be dealing with that shit anymore.
I'm really hoping that Justice Suicide Squad versus the Justice League is going to be the sort of drop in, drop out kind of co-op game that I'm looking for, because I have faith that Rocksteady can do something good.
What, despite the fact it's been postponed indefinitely so far? There's no new release date.
But that's why I think it's going to be good. because
Yeah, but how can you have like the issue being is you have a release date for a game, beta it, and then it's so bad. Like it's like they thought it was releasable. That's what I'm getting. They actually thought it was releasable, and it turns out it wasn't. With the amount of money they've already put in, I don't have faith at all. Not so. I'm just not sold on it. Like I just don't like the idea of it at all.
so I think it'd be quite interesting. I think it's just how they pull it off, really. I mean, I think like Gotham Knights could have been quite interesting, but they, like WB just couldn't get that right. But I like the idea, you know.
Yeah, I think the issue being with like video games now is because of the money on the line. We've now hit the same issue that the big studios are hitting with their big franchises. Is
Oh, there's gonna be a
bigger is better. Bigger is better is more, and more is bigger is better, and that because they're in this cycle of everything's got to be bigger and better and more and stuff, they can't hit the landing because they're always trying to do too much.
well, there's gonna be another video game crash. But I think the interesting thing that will happen this time is because smaller studios are able to make such comparably. I mean, even go back 20 years, like unless you were a well-funded indie studio, it's still so hard to try and make something anywhere close to a AAA. But with like the tools that are accessible now to people with like the new like Unreal Engine and stuff like that, and like you say with the cycle that the big companies have, just like pumping all this money into stuff that keeps failing and stuff. I think there's going to be another video game crash. I think like the big companies might have a big crash.
I think they will, and the winner will be Nintendo.
I think the winner will be Nintendo.
It will. It will. Like Nintendo are basically insulated from any kind of video game crash because they are massively controlling and they have not invested huge amounts in hardware. Like everyone's going, oh, when's the next Switch? When's going to be the HD or whatever, the Switch Plus? It's not going to happen. They got their bit of hardware. They know exactly how to use it. They've not needed to invest, and they're investing in software and story and their publishers, and they've got everything really controlled. So we're never going to see like games like the new Zelda game looks incredible, but like from what I've seen, it's like it is incredible, and I have bought it. But it is very much you can tell it's on a lower system, and I think maybe
it's like going to be like locked at 30 FPS and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's totally fine, and they've accepted that, and they're just going, this is what we do it on our terms, while the rest of you idiots spend all of this money, all of this huge quantity of money, and keep on failing. And I think that's what's happening.
I mean, I think it's going to be more the developers and stuff side, because I think people are going to still want to play games, and I just think it's people like EA or Ubisoft or like these big companies that churn out. I don't know. I don't worry about like Rockstar really, because Rockstar seems incredibly well managed, and it's basically a money making machine. What with GTA Online. But
well, yeah, they don't need to actually. They technically don't need to release anything, but they're going to because they realize that the shelf life of GTA Online is now reaching its natural conclusion.
Yeah.
Like there's only so long they can support that for. Although, yeah, because they can't really World of Warcraft it and just keep on patching and adding. I mean, potentially they could. I think it'd be a weird decision for them to do so.
I mean, I don't totally agree with that. I think potentially having GTA Online, GTA Online sort of continue in a somewhat similar format would be beneficial to them, because then you don't have to worry about an online element for the next GTA, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, I suppose
Like-
because then it would just be GTA 6 is a single player and that's it.
Yeah. And you've still got GTA Online. You want to do online GTA stuff? That's GTA Online, baby.
Then eventually they could release GTA Online Classic.
Yeah.
Go back to the good old
What?
days where you log into the server and die instantly, which actually you still do now. To be honest, I've not touched GTA Online in fucking years.
No, neither have I. It's been so
Just
long.
doesn't interest
Yeah, I have
me.
like everything viable in that game.
I think I've got so much money on it. Probably I must have millions still on that game.
Yeah, I've got like an entire packed fucking garage, like 3 stories with like every fucking supercar in the game, like all that shit. There's like nothing left for me to do in that game.
I think the only thing I haven't got is like the bunker thing with like where you get the nukes and that, or like the orbital strike or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's funny. I've definitely done that to somebody.
But yeah, that's the thing. GTA is just so online, so massive. And I almost think it would make sense for them to just keep updating it, and keep with it.
Yeah, I mean,
And maybe
yeah, I mean, suppose now they've got like the whole base of it, and it is huge.
I mean, in a way, you almost can't stop until the player base really drops off anyway.
Yeah,
Because you can't just like leave money on the table. And also, you just don't want to piss everyone off by just literally like going, right, GTA 6 drops tomorrow, and also the GTA Online servers stop in 2 weeks' time. Ha, peace, motherfuckers. And just like, yeah, it's going to piss everyone off. Because that's the other thing, is you think about some of those people, like, with their, I mean, like, fucking hell, when I stopped playing GTA Online, must have been, yeah, I don't think I've played it probably much in the last 4 or 5 years, if at all. There was
John
people
just
that
got
had...
back to me.
Oh, did he? Is he all good?
He said he passed out.
He passed out.
what passed out, sleeping passed out, or passed out? He
It sounds like
probably
sleeping.
okay.
Shit, I forgot what I was saying.
GTA money. Like you said, you finished like 4 years ago.
Oh, yeah. That people
I think
had
it's about like time and money.
ranks of like
Yeah,
hundreds of levels in ranks. And there's people who've probably got like thousands and thousands. It's also going to someone. Yeah, that's all got to go away. Like all of that time you spent is just gone. And people just don't want to give that up, do they?
Mm.
Like not if they're still playing. It's different if like no one's playing anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose the logical thing to do is they release GTA 6 and at the same time don't release a new GTA line and massively update GTA line at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, 100%.
And create this massive. Here is the new map. The old map is gone, but this is the new one, and transfer everyone over to like the new. Or yeah,
It'd probably be a massive update where there'd be a way for you to go from the old map to the new map. I reckon.
I'm not.
if
Yeah,
anything.
I'm not sure. I think I have to do like a steady migration with eventually closing the old map down.
Hmm.
I don't think they'd be able to sustain service to, because the new map, from what I read, is massive. So I don't think they sustain the two, but it might be a case that it may be a migration and go, here's a new map. You have X amount of time to migrate over to it before we close the old map down.
But
I
then
just don't think it's
all the
possible.
properties and stuff.
I'm sure they will credit people and do stuff. I don't think it's sustainable for them to do both. Like that's a lot of server space. Because with the new map, you get an influx of new GTA players who would
Yeah.
go online. You couldn't sustain both, and if you just had GTA Online in its current form with the new GTA game coming out, they'd be looking at the new map going, "That's really cool. We want to be on that." Oh, we can't because like GTA Online is just this. Unless they add to it, but like there's going to be like different gaming architectures, and I think it would have to. They would have to do a migration.
I just don't know whether they would, because the only thing is thinking like because I know you said they credit people and stuff. Well, I suppose people are going to want the map.
Yeah, but,
I don't know.
yeah, but like no, but
It's
how do you like if the new map is that much bigger, and obviously that better looking?
well, I think
Like
firstly, like
it's a
your
whole new thing.
update. I think the thing to do is you'd have to sort of put the GTA Online map. You'd have to use the new engine. If you know what I mean, use all the new engine and physics for GTA 6 on for GTA Online, like
So then what you're saying is they would have to redo the like assuming I make the assumption that the GTA 6 engine is probably an upgraded version of GTA 5's engine and not a complete rework.
I'm
Now
assuming
I
so.
know
Yeah.
nothing about programming, so I'm making a fucking guess. But like when you're looking at game engines, you have like Bethesda obviously use their engine, and it's an upgraded version each time, and it is semi-backwards compatible. It's compatible with previous engines to some extent, I think. But like when we're talking on something like GTA's level, with as opposed to like Bethesda and Fallout and Skyrim, which is a lot jankier. The levels of detail that we're looking at, even if it's the same engine but just like vastly improved through like software and hardware upgrades, merging an entire living online world with an entirely brand new game map is going to be virtually impossible. It just doesn't sound like it's viable. Like with something like Warcraft, you're looking at expansions to the existing and then systematic slow updates that have happened over the space of years, which make the new World of Warcraft unrecognizable from the classic, which is why the classic servers have now been created, because they are virtually unrecognizable from each other from beginning to end. But you haven't had that slow progression. So, and GTA 6 is a different game. So obviously it's using their custom game engine, but how much has that changed from GTA 5? It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I think it would just be virtually impossible. Just go, this is a new area for you to explore. I think there would have to be like a system by which maybe they say your property is transferable to the new game map somehow. You can you can play the GTA 5 online for like while there are people who can play it, but what we're doing is if you want to migrate to this, you can have all of your the equivalents of those cars and everything in this map, and we'll give you this, and this. But even then, logistically, like how many active players are on GTA Online at the moment?
Oh.
Like they still have to do that with the like even the inactive players, like guys like you who haven't played for a while. Like you have like an opening. All you'd have to do is be like before GTA 6 came online, just log in and play for a bit, and you have an active account. So I
I'm
just
starting to
don't see.
appreciate the quandary that the Rockstar find themselves in.
Yeah, unless they just turn around and just go, so GTA 6 doesn't have an online. At which point you piss off the whole online community because they're going, you've got this beautiful new multi-city map, which is what going to be 3-4 times the size of what they've got already on the latest engine, and yeah, it's not our sandbox anymore. So we've got to play the single player. We can't play the multiplayer. Or there's going to be a separate multiplayer. It's going to annoy. It'll be interesting to see how they solve it. I don't. Yeah,
I mean,
I
I
think.
feel
I
like
think.
if GTA 6 is genuinely big enough as a single player, I feel like there would be a bit of leeway for being like, okay, maybe you can't bring this fully to a multiplayer experience, like this multi-city, all living. Do you know what I mean? Like, if it really is as huge as it's been touted to be, then there might be
But in
some
fairness,
leeway where they have a few years to but like it's
but
gonna be
in fairness,
called.
GTA 5 was touted to be that.
Yeah, I mean GTA 5 is pretty fucking big, to be fair.
It is pretty fucking big. I mean, it's been a
Um,
while, but it is fucking big.
Yeah, it is fucking huge, and also it is a genuinely fun city to traverse and experience.
You see,
It
like my
doesn't
other
feel
thing is
dead.
it's like, are they going to get to a point? Are we just going to come across game worlds that are just too big?
Yeah,
Like, will GTA 6 just be too big?
I mean, could be. I mean, you could start saying that for any of the games, really. Any of the big RPGs that are going to be coming out soon.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
when are you going to get to that
yeah.
point?
I mean, I'm personally getting to a point. It's like, actually, do you know what? I kind of want something a bit more linear.
It's nice to have a bit of direction sometimes.
I,
Go
I
play
mean,
Bioshock.
to be honest, it's not actually
Bioshock's
necessary.
awesome. You just got screwed over with the PC
No, I thought it was
fucking
cool.
bullshit. Yeah, it's just a shame
I
that you
mean,
had all the glitches, though, dude. It's a shame.
The fuck it, yeah,
uh,
my save getting corrupted was definitely devastating. I was almost done with
oh,
the game.
God.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's not necessary. What it is for me, it's actually more like other developers. It's the size of the map isn't necessarily the issue. It's you need to you need to collect everything mentality of like there are 20 million collectibles and you got to climb this and do that, and it's like, yeah, like this. It's Assassin's Creed syndrome. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm just not about that anymore. I don't want a million collectibles. I don't want to climb towers. I just want to kind of mill about and, like, if I'm in a big world, just have the world happen around me. Which
Yeah.
is why, like The Witcher 3 suits me perfectly. I think it is the perfect game of its type for me personally. I appreciate that not for not everyone, but like, it's got areas, they're big, and you can just be very easily distracted by,
Well, it's
look
a
what's over
linear
there.
RPG, isn't it?
Yeah, but it has branches and things that can happen, and you can go and explore if you want. Whereas, yeah, I just like the new Assassin's Creed games. I haven't played Valhalla. Is it Valhalla?
Yeah.
I uh
I haven't played Origins, Valhalla, or the other one.
I
Odyssey.
played I played Origins. I didn't play Odyssey or Valhalla. I played Origins, and it was just like, I'm enjoying the improvements that they made, and I like it being more of an event, like an RPG based system, gaining experience and upgrading weapons and stuff. But there was still just far too much of it, and also the grind was horrific.
See, that's the thing. I don't want that from Assassin's Creed. I just like. I don't mind doing something and earning a new bit of kit, but I don't want to like upgrade my kit. I feel like I kind of like the original games in the way of like they were kind of collectathons a little bit, which was kind of lame. But the fact that you had to like stealth and I don't know, like I feel like they've got a bit too caught up with like just being able to just assassin means that you just are awesome with a sword, so you can just
Yeah,
take down people.
I totally agree.
regardless of-
I think there could have been like a nice halfway. Look, I love me a good skill tree,
Mm.
and
Oh
I
yeah,
think there could have been a way of working experience and skill trees into the original Assassin's Creed framework without turning it into a 90-hour grind of fighting and exploring, and it could have been a much shorter game. And I like me some value for money. Like if I'm paying, obviously now we're looking at paying like 60 to 80 pounds for like a AAA title, and I do want something that's going to last more than like 15 hours. But at the same time, it does need to keep my interest and be interest. Yeah, just I
I think
don't
that's why
need.
Bethesda does so well, really.
Yeah, I don't need 120 hours. I mean, don't get me wrong. I put 200 hours into The Witcher 3. But no, but that's the whole point. I didn't need to finish the game. You don't need to do that. You can finish the game
no.
and get a very good experience out of that game on your normal playthrough. It's the fact that I enjoyed the game world that much, that I put that much time into it to replay, to do other things, to get the DLC. So I think if you've got like a game that you can finish in like that kind of game in like 40 hours, isn't an unreasonable length, and I think you're getting value for money even you're paying like 70 quid for it. I think that's a perfectly reasonable amount of money to pay for that length of time for the entertainment you're getting, especially when looking at like other media, when you're looking at like cinema and just sitting at home watching a film that you pay for. You get much less value for money when you're looking at hours versus the amount you pay.
Mm.
But then having the option that if you really enjoy that game and that game world, you can then go, I'm now going to put in 1,000,000 hours, and all of this is extra, adding to my enjoyment of the game. Like GTA Online, as an example, you play GTA Online, GTA, you can smash through like the whole story in what 30 hours, probably less.
Probably
Like
less
if you
if you're
really,
gonna go speedrun it, yeah.
yeah.
Not even speedrun it, but just like just skipping every
But
cutscene
but,
and
but,
just
but at a pace. And then if you really enjoy it, one, you could just explore the whole city and do every side quest, and then you can go and play GTA Online and rinse the rest of your life in it.
Mm. I mean, for me, I think the thing that bothers me about the bigger open worlds and stuff, and it's something that GTA and The Witcher I don't think suffer from, is that I I don't mind a world being big as long as it's not boring. Like I love
Oh, here it
Cyberpunk,
comes. Oh, okay.
but wait, wait, who do you think I was gonna rag on?
New Vegas.
No. Well, I mean, like, no, okay, like, don't get me wrong. I do think the wasteland is boring in Fallout, and like, but that's just the way it has to be. It's the wasteland. But my argument that more is just like, give me a mode of transport because the settlements and the people and the encounters in Fallout are genuinely interesting, especially in New Vegas. And Fallout 4 does a little bit better by having a bit more varied biomes and stuff, but then it fucks it over with the building. But that's
My thing
still
with
like.
Fallout is, why does no one have a moped? I mean, seriously, a moped or like an improvised
There's a
site.
mod.
Like,
There's a mod.
yeah, but no, it's not in the base game, and it should be. It's like,
Oh,
so
yeah,
you're
yeah.
telling me
Well, especially when in Fallout
that
4 they
it's
had the fucking helicopter thing.
Yeah, there's
exactly
vertibirds
like,
and shit, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So you're telling me that people have not improvised off of like bike chains and like old bits of engine that they found, they can't like even improvise a moped.
Oh, we got
They
power armor though.
absolutely could. That's a really
Exactly.
good point, honestly.
So, but I don't mind like Fallout's like world size because it's actually interesting. The vaults are interesting. They have different like the encounters like, and I think for me why I would cut a load of the map away from Cyberpunk is because a lot of it isn't interesting. And I'm not even just talking about like the wasteland, but there's so much like barren space that it's just wasted CPU usage where they could have made the actual inner like cyberpunk town seem way more alive. And honestly, I would have just rather like there was a
That was a
something you could get
disaster,
out of the
dude.
desert.
Good game. Disaster release. Can't do that shit.
I do still really like it, but it's
Oh, it is a
such
good game.
but there's such potential in it. Like I
It's
play
messy.
it.
The
Yeah.
skill tree is a disaster. Like, I like it, but it's just like a mess. Like, to look at. The UI is fucking terrible.
And
Yeah, I mean, there's also no clear way that how the different skills connect to each other properly.
No.
Like, you
It's
got
just
to
they're randomly connected. Yeah.
yeah, you got to
agree.
like watch some YouTube videos on someone who's just like really gone in and worked it all out. About this skill is good because it works with this skill, otherwise it's rubbish. Although it's actually I seem to recall it's relatively easy to reset your skill trees in Cyberpunk.
yeah.
It is.
So it's not a huge problem. Like there are worse games for it.
It's a good game.
It is. I think it suffers from them trying to go too far with the map. Because in my mind, there's a part of the map to the south which is almost like the power plant, where there's all the solar panels and all that sort of stuff.
I vaguely remember.
Well, to me, that place is meant to be kind of barren, and it's like that's the whole kind of point. But because there's so much of like the outskirts of town and that big bit of fucking dirt out west, which is kind of
Out
pointless.
west, yeah.
Well, it's not even out west, is it? But you know what I mean.
It is west.
Is it west?
Oh, it is east. No, it's east.
Yeah,
right.
it's east. Yeah. But it's just so like wasted space, and there's nothing really truly interesting.
I mean, I don't mind it because that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but I mean,
Also,
the thing is,
somebody named Dakota out there.
okay.
I like that.
But I think maybe they were so set on it being a big open world that they forgot. Actually, do you know what? They just make the city the big open world, and they have all of these other areas as separate load-in areas.
Yeah, that would have been fucking
because
ideal.
that would because like you don't need to be there for a huge amount. I really feel like again The Witcher 3, the way it did, your big area, and then you got your big set areas, but you can move between them fairly freely just for a loading screen. You know, do I really need to drive my car through that? You know, I'm happy with like my car driving over a bridge and it going loading screen and going as we transition to a different area of the map in order for everything to work a lot better. And I think the obsession with massive open worlds with seamless content, it's like, that's fine if you can do it, but if it was Cyberpunk, if you're looking at a city which is multi-layered and not as multi-layered and vertical as they said it was going to be, but if you're trying to do that, you've got to make sacrifices, especially if you're multi-platform. And honestly, I don't think people are as bothered about a loading screen as they think they are. I'm happy to have these sections that are fully explorable and good and not janky, and then go, you're moving to another area, have a loading screen. Like, I would rather have the experience.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that,
area.
dude. I don't give a fuck about that.
I want the experience I've got in that area to be the best it can be. And if I have to have a loading screen to move to a different area, it's totally fucking fine. If I move into a different
You want to know when that shit started, dude? Fucking Tony Hawk, American Wasteland. I remember the commercials was like Tony Hawk like coming up to like he was like going down a street and then like getting stuck at like a loading screen wall. And after that, I felt like all games tried to like do away with them.
And I mean, for a lot of games, it makes sense because, but a Tony Hawk game is skateboarding. I mean,
right, it's small. They're small maps.
I mean, that was Jack and Daxter's big selling point back on the PlayStation 2 was that it loaded the game as you ran along to your like draw distance speed, so the game seemed to be like no loading screens continuously.
Which is why
that's a fucking magnificent game.
Oh, I love that game, and the second one as well.
They're great. They're great.
Those are fucking good games.
And then also when you're looking at, like, say, Horizon Zero Dawn, like very little loading because they programmed it in such a way that the game literally only existed in your viewpoint.
Mm.
So you had like a 45-degree angle that you were looking at, and that is how the game existed. So that, like, the whole everything else was essentially a loading screen around it as you turn around.
Well, even look at like I don't know about Resident Evil Village because I've not played it, but 7, there's a couple places where they discard loading screens where like your character goes through a tight space.
Oh,
to,
old
like, kind
hat.
of get.
Yeah, do that for years.
That's a classic. That's the classic one. That is. Tomb Raider as well. Like and I got no problem with that. Oh, you know, also what I was going to say as well with like going to like Cyberpunk or something and going over a bridge. If you give me a cool animation on the outs, you know, on the way out of the loading screen, even better. Then I'm even more incentivized to do it. I'm like, do I get like a cool like wheel spin and
Yeah, but I mean, like Cyberpunk, like bridges, you replace like the closed like alleyway you're squeezing through with a tunnel. Go through a tunnel.
Yeah.
You know. I just really feel that I feel like, remember when I said that I glitched out in Cyberpunk and all I could see was the cars moving around the whole fucking map. It's like it just tried to map everything at, like, I don't know enough about programming, but it just, when I glitched out and I just saw, the only thing I saw was the cars moving across the map. It just seemed like they were trying to map everything at the same time, as opposed to everything that you could just see. And because we're not in a multiplayer game, there's no sense in doing that. It's like, why does the game need to worry about everything? It just needs to worry about what's in front of the player.
Well, their problem there was trying to replicate what GTA does, because that's essentially what GTA does. But you can't do what GTA does. The also thing with that is that's also like years and years of games and development to get to the point of where GTA is now.
That's a ground up engine.
Yeah, exactly. That's designed for that that task. The Red engine wasn't designed for that. It was designed for The Witcher.
Yeah, and even then, The Witcher 3 original launch was not smooth. Like, it wasn't terrible.
Oh,
for some
what a
people,
horse!
it was. Yeah, it wasn't. Oh my god, Roach! Jesus Christ, the worst fucking horse in a game when that game launched. It was awful. Like, especially like the auto ride when you're trying to like ride along a specific path, it's just like Roach just goes off on a fucking tangent. And like, no, I meant to hold the button and go along the path and not deviate from the path, but now I've just gone left. Why, Roach? You've betrayed me. You meant to be my best friend.
Definitely no Red Dead horse.
No, definitely not. Big Head Rockstar. The thing is, Rockstar will fail us eventually, just because everyone else has.
I mean, but the thing is, I think they'll fail us like it's going to be like a GTA 4 failure, where it's not the fact that the actual game mechanics or really the game, like the narrative is super bad. It's just not. It's got too many niggling things that just never really make it great, because they take too much time to make the games. They don't release them unless they're, because they don't give a fuck. They don't do like what everyone else did. Because fucking CD Projekt's problem was that they fucking hyped like Cyberpunk up too much. It was like, it's coming. Oh, here it comes.
They hyped it up 5 years before it was being released, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, we're so stoked for this game." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's gonna be years," and it's like, you just said nothing, just nothing.
Exactly, because that's what Rockstar does. I mean, admittedly, you could say that there's the argument with like Starfield with Bethesda, but we all know that Starfield is going to release and it's going to be buggy. We just know that it's going to be Bethesda buggy, so we accept it. But also, like, Starfield has supposedly been in the works for a long time as well. So, I mean, I don't know how buggy it's going to be, but
Have you heard about the sex scenes for it?
I've not heard about the sex scenes. No.
Okay, so apparently you don't see them. They're simply like it's like character commentary afterwards.
Okay.
It's like, oh, can we not do that with rocket packs again or something like that? Apparently it's fucking terrible. I'm like, oh god.
Awesome.
Like, I think we need to just dispense with sex scenes in games and just do the walk to the room and just nothing. I don't need to see awkward animated tits anymore.
Yeah.
Like I do the romance options because it's a tick box and sometimes it's quite fun doing the dialogue. But like I don't need to see like it's like movie sex scenes. They're never good, they're just awkward. So
They should
why
only it should only be a sex scene if it's like what's the name from Mass Effect 3? The one where she kills you if you have sex with her?
what yeah.
Because it's
Where it
you
has-
have to swap with her. The mother's originally on your crew. You have to swap with her.
Yeah. Yeah, the daughter, yeah, because she's a mutant who I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't remember her name. But
Then
that has a story consequence.
Exactly.
That
I
is
feel like
that's
then
like
you should see like a bit of sex scene because you're going to it's gonna
totally
fuck
gonna
up.
die. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like outside of that, I'm just like, why are we doing this now? Like it just doesn't make any sense.
At most, I'm like, show me some of like that awkward, passionate kissing, and then you can just fade away to like the next morning
Yep.
or like a few hours later. Like, say no more, ask no questions, tell no lies. Anything could have happened. You use your imagination. You know, if you thought they kissed and cuddled and spent up all night cuddling, then that's what you thought. If you thought they spent 8 hours doing anal, then they did spend 8 hours doing anal. It's on you. You know, your imagination, your decision. I mean, strictly speaking, even more now if we're going all like super gender PC and stuff. Because what if you're asexual?
Yeah.
So like a kissing and cuddle and falling asleep is that's gonna be that's it. That is the romance. Well, it's good that we've put some of the video game industry's issues to rights tonight.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I didn't stop recording either. It's been
You
good.
didn't?
You recorded that.
All of that has been recorded.
Cool. Looking forward to revisiting that.
Right, I'm gonna bounce because I'm gonna do payroll.
All fun.
Yeah, the excitement.
I'm excited for you, secondhand.
Yeah.
I am not, but I will catch you on Tuesday.
Yeah, I'll see you on Tuesday.
Yeah, dude.
Right, catch you guys later.
See you later. I guess I should stop streaming now.
Probably.